to completely change their draft strategy in 2026. This offseason is very important for the Dallas. The decision they make in free agents will decide what they do in the first round of the National Football League draft. If they solve some needs in free agents, they can draft the best player available. But if they fail to fix key problems, they may be forced to draft for needs instead of the talents. The biggest concern right now is the cornerback position. When we look at the 2026 free agents class, it does not look very strong at cornerback. There are some big names, but many of them have question marks. Players like Jamel Dean, Tariq Woolen, and Trevon Diggs have shown high-level talent in the past. However, injuries and inconsistent performance have affected their recent seasons. Some of the veteran options such as Trey DeVaris White and Russell Douglas and Jonathan Jones are now over 30 years old. While they have experience, they may not be long-term solution for the team that want to compete for the championship. There are also young players available including Alontae Taylor, Jalen Watson, and Nashon Writer. These players have potential, but they are not full proven stars. Because of their age and upsides, they could have demand expensive contracts. That puts the Cowboys in difficult position. Do they spend a lot of money on players who still developing, or do they accept that free agents will not fix their biggest needs? If the Cowboys cannot solve the cornerback problem in free agents, they may be forced to select cornerback early in the draft. That would limit their flexibility. Instead of choosing the best overall talent, they would be drafting to fill a hole of defense. This is why free agents is so important. It shapes the entire draft plan. Another important topic is kicker Brandon Aubrey. Aubrey is a restricted free agent. That means he can negotiate with other teams, but the Cowboys still control the situation. They can place the first round or second round tender on him. If another team signs him, the Cowboys decide not to match the offer, the Dallas could receive draft pick compensation. However, it is very unlikely that Cowboys want to let him leave. After years of searching for the stability at kicker since Danny Bale, they finally found a reliable player in Aubrey. The only reason Aubrey might consider leaving is money. Free agents is always about the money, but the Cowboys have the power to match any offer he receives. They can also make it very expensive for another team to sign him. Aubrey has built his career in the Dallas. The organization gave him an opportunity when other teams did not. Because of that loyalty, the team control as restricted free agents, it is expected that he will remain with the Cowboys. There was also the interesting comment from the owner, Jerry Jones. Jones, who entered in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the 2027, recently he said that he would not have his gold jacket without Michael Irvin. Irvin was one of the leaders of the Cowboys dynasty in the 1919. According to the Jones, it was not just Irvin's talent on the field that mattered. It was his winning mentality. Irvin pushed teammates and demanded excellence. That mindset helped to breed the championship culture in the Dallas. Jerry Jones believed that attitude was a major reason for the team's success and for his own negotiation and recognition in the Hall of Fame. Now, let's talk about on trade rumors involving Maxx Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Many Cowboys fans have dreamed about adding Crosby to their defense. He is one of the best pass rushers in the league. However, recent news suggests that trade may be less likely. The Raiders promoted Robbie Leonard, who has worked closely with the Crosby to the defensive coordinator. That decision could help keep Crosby happy in the Las Vegas. In the past, Crosby has had influence in the coaching position. If he supports the current leadership, the Raiders may be even less willing to trade him. All of these stories connected to the one big term. The Cowboys are at crossroads. The defense needs improvement, especially in the secondary. Free agents does not offer many perfect solutions at cornerback. That reality may force Dallas to focus heavily on defense in the draft. At the same time, they must manage contracts carefully, keep the key players like Brandon Aubrey, and decide whether to pursue bold trades. The 2026 offseason could define the future of the franchise. If the Cowboys make smart decisions in free agents, they can enter draft with confidence and flexibility. If they miss and key targets, they may be limited and pursued on the draft nights. Cowboys Nation will be watching every move closely. For news, the offseason for the Dallas Cowboys has officially arrived, that this may be the most important offseason in the recent franchise history. After another disappointing playoff exit, frustration is growing. The fans are impatient. The pressure is heavy, and how owner Jerry Jones has made a bold public statement. He said he is ready to burst the budget. That is not a casual comment. That is a promise. That is a challenge to himself and to the entire organization. If Jeff Jones is truly planned to spend aggressively, then this offseason must look different from previous years. The Cowboys cannot afford to be conservative. They cannot afford to wait. Yes, of course, they cannot afford to lose elite talent and hope your players magically develop. The time to act is now, with Brian Schottenheimer stepping into leadership as head coach and Christian Parker guiding the defense. This team is entering into a new chapter. The new coaching energy brings, of course, opportunity, but energy alone does not win championships. Smart roster breeding does. Bold free agent decision do, and of course strategic contract extension can do. The first and the most important decision involves wide receiver George Pickens. Before discussing outside of the free agents, the Cowboys must secure their own star. Pickens has proven he is a true number one receiver, contested catch. He stretched the field vertically. He wins contested catches, and he plays with confidence and edge. He forces defenses to adjust coverage scheme. If Dallas allows George Pickens to leave, the offense immediately takes a step backwards. Replacing elite production is not easy. Drafting a rookie is risky. Signing a cheaper veteran is not the same. The smartest move is clear. Offer long-term contract extension and bleed around him, of course. If Jerry Jones truly wants to burst the budgets, it begins with keeping elite talent in the Dallas like George Pickens. Once that internal priority is handled, attention turns to the roster weakness. The Cowboys have talent, but they also have clear needs. At cornerback, depth and reliability are critical. NFL is dominated by passing attacks. If you cannot defend elite quarterbacks, you will not survive in January. One strong target is Alontae Tyler from the New Orleans Saints. He is physical, competitive, and versatility. Another exciting possibility is League Woolen from the Seahawks. Woolen has the elite size and speed, which allow him to match up against big, fast receivers. Adding one higher-level cornerback would immediately strengthen the secondary. Safety is another area that needs improvement. Defensive communication and consistency must improve. Lady Blankenship from the Philadelphia Eagles is known for discipline and awareness. He does not make many mental mistakes. Brian Cook from the Kansas City Chiefs brings physical play and big games experience. Strengthening the safety position would reduce explosive plays allowed by the defense. At running back, the Cowboys need more consistency and power. A strong ground game control, tempo, and protect reads, Javonte Williams could be the ideal addition. He runs aggressively, breaks tackles, and contributes in the passing game. A balanced offense keeps defenses guessing and opens up play-action opportunity. Linebacker remains one of the biggest concerns. Injuries exposed Dave's problem last season, and the defense needs leadership in the middle. Veteran like Demario Davis would bring experience and intensity. Young players such as David Lloyd from the Jacksonville Jaguars and Nakobe Dean from the Philadelphia would add speed and athletic ability. The linebacker position sets to the tone for run defense and coverage across the middle of the field. However, the most urgent needs edge rusher. This is the number one priority outside of the retaining George Pickens. You win championship by pressuring the quarterback. If you cannot collapse the pocket, elite quarterbacks will dominate your defense. Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals consistently produces sacks and pressure. He changes games. Another explosive position is Joellen Phillips, who is elite athletic ability and pass slashing upside. Clavon Chason, who could provide rotational depth with room to grow, and adding a dominant edge defender would elevate the entire defense. With Jerry Jones say he will bust the buckets, it must translate into action. That means aggressive contract. That means creative salary cap management. That means taking calculated risk. Championship window do not stay open forever. Teams must act boldly when opportunity exists. The Cowboys are not far away. They have foundational talent. They have passionate fans. They have a new coaching direction under Brian Schottenheimer and Christian Parker, but to truly compete with the elite teams, they must upgrade the key position and retain their stars. If Dallas extends George Pickens and adds a true pass rusher, strengthening linebacker depth, upgrading secondary, and improves the running game, this team can transform from playoff participant to the legitimate Super Bowl contender. The off-season defines the season. Jeff Jones made a promise, of course. Now the football world waits to see if the Dallas Cowboys will finally turn the bold world into